So, welcome to the first video in what may become a new video channel. I'm a big fan of the music reaction video. To quote a lyric, I like to see things like a baby whenever I can. And although you can't listen to a piece of music for the first time more than once, there's something about seeing and hearing somebody react to a piece of music that you're familiar with that is incredibly interesting and quite compelling, and sometimes can be quite moving. That being said, I don't know that as a 50-something prog rock fan, there's an awful lot that I can add to that genre as it currently exists. I don't know how many fans of country and western music or hip hop would be particularly interested in what I had to say. However, what does define me is I'm a scriptwriter, television scriptwriter. I've been writing television and films for over 30 years. And certainly an integral part of my enjoyment of music is lyrics. Those people that my friends and family know that I'll quote a lyric at the drop of a hat. There's something about the way my brain is wired that, you say something, I have a lyric for it. Lyrics are important to me. They are a vital part of the music, and at least with some lyricists, I'd go so far as to say that they help to define who I am and the human being that I became over the last 50-odd years. Probably no more so than Neil Peart. For those of you that don't know, Peart was the drummer and lyricist for a Canadian band called Rush. And over a 40-year career, he wrote increasingly important lyrics. His work started in the realms of sort of fantasy and fiction, but ended up in the core of humanity. He ended up speaking to what it is to be a human being. And certainly there was something about his attitude to the world, his attitude to life, his approach to humanity and morality, and what it was to be a human being spoke to me very deeply. So much so that when he died about a year ago, his was the first celebrity death that ever caused me to shed tears. The first death outside of my immediate family that ever caused me to shed tears. Because I felt like I'd lost a father figure. I felt like I'd lost someone that had helped mold me and make me the man I am. And then today, in the shower, I found myself singing a Rush lyric. Not from my favorite song, not my favorite lyric, not one of the top 10, not one of the highlights, just a random song that had come into my head, probably because of something that somebody had said to me earlier in the day. And in singing that lyric, I found myself engaging with the words and recognizing as a writer how unexpected they were as song lyrics. How, if you strip them away from the music, if you strip them away from the flow, how much more complicated they were as ideas and imagery and words than they necessarily seemed embedded in the middle of a relatively simple song from the band's output in the mid-80s, when they were arguably using more synthesizer than some people liked. And in that moment was born the idea of trying to do this. So I downloaded a tutorial and a piece of software to allow myself to do this, and thought I'd give it a go. And maybe there's something interesting in it for someone other than me. Maybe you'll enjoy a look at the lyrics of this song along with me. Okay, so I took some advice from my daughter, who's a content creator. She suggested that I chop this first video into two parts. The first part being the introduction, the reasoning behind why I've started this channel, and then the second part being a much more compact, immediate cut to the reaction to the first video. So that's what I'm going to do.